Jeez Louise. I seriously just made this video and it was 12 minutes long, and it probably could be shortened because, as you can tell from the beginning, I'm still having a POTS brain fog moment. So I'm like chugging a body armor and writing everything down. I wrote most of it down so that I kind of have an idea and I can make this video a lot shorter. Per request, some Instagram followers and mostly me decided that I would make a video about my camping trip. I'm currently camping. Right now I'm in an RV. I don't personally RV camp. I just chill in my grandma's RV when we camp because we normally camp as a family, and it's just easier for my POTS to cool down because with my POTS I'm very like heat sensitive. Not so much with cold weather. I tend to do better in the cold weather, but heat, oh god, disgusting. So basically for supplies, I just got done pulling off 4 ticks on my little dog, Daisy, who is not a service dog, just a pet, and 1 tick off of Zeke. I'm sure I'll find more on Zeke, but that's gonna start off. Our first item is, if you do not use a long-term tick, flea, and preventative, I definitely recommend getting yourself a tick and flea preventative, and then also buying a spray. I think it's called Flies Off or some sort of spray, but it is a mosquito, gnat, flies, fleas, tick, and lice. So it's a 6 bugs, and then that's really nice because whenever I go camping, I do notice that gnats tend to like gather around Zeke's private areas, and if I use mosquito spray, I'm gonna use mosquito spray on Zeke. Obviously pet safe, but like, you know, think of like, what would you bring? What do you have that's similar to that for your dog? So that being said, if you camp, most of the time you carry band-aids, a first aid. I have a first aid specifically for dogs. Really it has gauze, antiseptic pads, a little notebook on like care, how to see signs of bloat, heat, exhaustion, things like that, poisoning, and then like, so it comes with hydrogen peroxide to induce vomiting. You can also use I think it's either rubbing alcohol, rubbing alcohol on the underside of your dog's belly if you see them starting to overheat. For some reason it actually like draws out some heat. I don't know if you've ever applied rubbing alcohol onto your skin. It actually cools it down. So that's a tip I have heard. So it comes with a lot of different things. It comes with saline and eye wound wash, which is also cool. Never seen that before. So yeah, it comes with a lot of cool things, mostly directed for dogs, but you can also find these things in a regular kit. I just happened to see this and buy it because I do camp a lot, and I also don't want to spend like $6 on a flea and tick thing. That like jeez Louise, what is it called? I can't even find it on here. A tick remover. I'm not gonna buy like a ton of money, so I'd rather get the full package deal, have it, so I don't have to, because I'll overspend. This is all tightly packed. I keep it in my car, but it comes camping with me. Alright, so gear. So like I said, definitely check the weather of where you're camping, or where your trip plans to be. This can be for any trip, but this is more specifically towards camping, I would say, in my opinion. So gear, I checked the weather here. It's like 87 was the high today. Feels like 90. Very light wind. So all of the gear I have packed for him is lightweight. I didn't bring his mobility vest. I did bring a lightweight light mobility vest. And then I brought his regular vest. But obviously I wanted to make sure everything that I brought was lightweight and that he wasn't going to be wearing heavy leather or stuff like that. But you know, if you want, you can bring those things if you absolutely know that you might necessarily need them. Like, you absolutely need them. Me, I can find myself being fine with light mobility, but heavy mobility would be, that would be something I bring more towards like a more farther trip. I am only 1 state away from my house, and it's more of like a calmer trip.
With me on these lights, hopefully it doesn't trigger anyone's stuff. It hopefully shouldn't, since it's not super flashy. But I got interrupted and I'm back home now. And I totally forgot to continue. So as far as other items, you've got your first aid kit. I think I mentioned flea and tick spray, gear and everything. Make sure you keep everything lightweight, especially if you're going to be camping in warmer weather. I like to bring portable water bowls just so I can have water on me. I have one that's the TikTok. It was really trendy on TikTok, where it's a bottle and it's got like this cup on the end of it, and you push this button and you tilt it and it comes out, but when you lift it back up, the water can go back in. I find that so helpful. I use that a lot. And then obviously you're going to want to bring, like, the portable water bowls, which can collapsible. I find that easier than just regular bowls because you can wash them easy and store them easily. And then, obviously bring your food. Bring a little bit more. I tend to feed Zeke a little more when we are camping because he's a lot more active. Let's see, so flea tick, any bedding, I, just normally throw a blanket in. If you feel like your dog needs a crate, then, throw in a crate. If that is optional for your room, a foldable crate is probably going to be the best for, portability wise. But yeah, that is definitely helpful if you need it. So yeah, just anything you're going to use that you normally use throughout the day, you're obviously going to bring it camping. But protection is like the number one thing from elements when you go camping. So, raincoats. I have a raincoat for Zeke, or a poncho, or whatever you want to call it. Just making sure that your dog has access to water 24/7. Just really keeping an eye on your dog, because camping can be a lot harder, just because you're outside, new environment. But, most service dogs are trained and very well adaptive when it comes to different environments. So just make sure you just keep an eye on your dog. Make sure you have lots of breaks, waters, interactive toys to take some time off. Obviously, if you have a service dog, that your service dog isn't working 24/7. And if you don't have a service dog, our service dogs have breaks and stuff. They're allowed to go sniff when told. A trained service dog should task in between their break times, if the owner needs help, stuff like that. So bring toys, have fun, don't stress out. And here are some fun clips, slow-mos and stuff like that from the rest of the camping trip. And also I will give you a tour of an interactive and accessible playground. Yes. It's the first time I've ever seen this at a campground, but this campground is so accessible. It's accessible down to the playgrounds. I'll give you a little tour. Usually there's still wood chips, but there's ramps everywhere. So like you can at least go up, go round, go that way. And I think that's really neat. And I've never seen that in a playground before. At least not around like in Chicago. A lot of it's not like this, but this is really cool. And I would say it's accessible other than the wood chips, but like a little ramp and everything, that's pretty freaking cool.
Långt från hemska kusten skär ska jag fira julen här på Hawaii. man är långt från kusten skär ska jag fira julen här på Hawaii. Men det lindrar i himlen